Hi, everybody. It's Alex Jarett with another Spotlight interview, this time with Jeff Scheetz, who's the CIO of the City of Avondale, Arizona. Hi, Jeff. How are you?
Hi, Alex. Thanks for having me today. How are you doing?
I'm doing well, and it's great to see you again. Jeff, you've been on our board of advisors for a number of years now. You've always helped people in the community. And I understand you and your team have also been award winners for the work that you do at the City of Avondale. So tell us about that.
Yeah, I'm excited to announce that the City of Avondale recently won 2 awards here in the month of November. We took fourth place in the Digital Cities competition that we do every year. It's a nationwide survey that we do, and it really shows where we're headed with the constituent technology, what we're doing for the citizens, and really moving the city forward as a digital city. We also won an award from Public Technology Institute for our work around IT governance and really improving IT's efforts across the city.
That's great. This isn't the first time you've won these kind of awards. In fact, you've been stacking them up almost every year. What's your secret sauce? What do you attribute your success to?
Well, a couple of things, Alex. First of all, I have a great IT team. They're really focused on customer service and really just doing what we need to meet the customer's needs, whether that's an internal customer or the end customer of our citizens. Then our city management team and our city council are just excellent to keep the focus on where we need to do and really helping make technology a focus across the city.
That's great. Congratulations on all that.
Thank you, Alex. It's exciting.
Yeah, it is really exciting. Yeah, Jeff, I know from talking to you before, you have the main theme or guiding principle. Tell us about that and what that means to you and your group.
One of the things I always like to talk about is I really feel like we can empower governance through a people-centered strategy. That's really where I've been focused the last couple of years. And it
Uh-huh.
really just helps keep us as IT focused on where we need to be going and not just looking at every new shiny thing that comes on, but what are we going to do with those shiny new objects that we need to work on? For example, the real solution is more than just technology. It comes down to the people. So with technology, I believe we can do anything when it comes to technology. However, we have to have the people behind that technology that are willing to support it, adapt it, and ultimately implement that. So it comes down to how adaptable are the people across the organization and within IT.
That makes a lot of sense. I've also heard you say that you view your role and the team's role as helping all the citizens, right? The constituents. And you're doing that through all the different departments. So I imagine you're very close to all the department leaders.
Yeah, I meet with all the department leaders on, or at least on a monthly basis, and make sure IT's meeting their needs where they are, at whatever they have going on in their departments as well. And then we try to stay on top of where they headed with what new technology they need, or what systems do they need to change, or what's not working right. So we try to keep this things as efficient as possible for all the departments in the city.
That's great. Let's go through some of the bullet points that you wanted to talk about. The first one is governance and innovation.
When I look at governance, it's really putting those guardrails up in place. We've done that with everything from an IT steering committee. We have an AI committee across the city as well, looking at
That's good.
data, web governance, everything. So really, what are those guidelines to help the city move forward? We don't want to restrict things too much, but we want to have enough controls in place where that's something that IT can make sure we're on the same page with city management as well as the department to get that implemented. But at the end of the day, we want to make sure we're moving everything forward as fast as we can, as quickly as we can, but in the right way.
That is so insightful. You know, when I first heard about this concept of tying innovation to governance, I didn't totally understand it. The more I've talked to you and your peers, I get it. You can't really innovate for success without having these guardrails.
Exactly. When I hear about innovation, it's always that fail fast so you can adapt and move on. We kind of want that same thing, right? We know none of us want to fail in that sense, but I think it's let's make sure we're going down the right path to do those quick little touch points and then let's
Right.
adapt and move on.
Makes total sense. Let's get into one of the other bullet points you want to touch on, which is people and change management. You mentioned that was a big area for you.
I think when it comes to people and the change management piece, it's really important that the people are adaptable and willing to adapt. Technology is the easy part, getting everybody behind that technology, whether it's even IT within my own staff, getting them behind it or the organization behind it. And so it really comes down to more communication, more details, and really fine tuning the implementation plan all the way through and looking for what else are we not communicating or where do we need to communicate more all along the way.
That makes a lot of sense. I like your overall theme of creating change through governance and innovation and doing it through people and effective change management. But there's also cybersecurity, and you've mentioned that to me. Give us your touch points on that topic real quick.
Yeah, and you're going to see a theme here. But again, security is not a one-person job or a one-team job across the city. It's something that we've really communicated. Security is everybody's job. And so again, it comes down to training, right? And so making sure that we are doing our job as IT to train everybody in the organization to help us, as well as in the IT, what do we look out for? And keeping, again, everybody keeping that communication flow going. This is what's going on in the industry with security wise, and then again trying to implement the latest technology solutions, but again teaching our internal customers how to use that new technology to keep everything safe and secure.
That's a great answer. It's not just the technology you're using to guard against security, it's the people training. It still comes down to the people, and that's a great answer. Let's talk about the hot topic of today, AI, and how it affects local communities.
Yeah, and so again, AI is the same way, right? We approached AI, we formed an AI committee. So it's made up of some IT staff, but we wanted to make sure that this becomes a city task, not just an IT project. So we started an AI committee composed of many departments across the organization to help define the AI policy. We did that early on, right? Put some of that governance again in place around all that. And it was a fairly loose guideline, but it said this is what you can and can't do with AI and how we're going to do it. And then we recently purchased ChatGTP for the enterprise. Again, not everybody, but a select few, the AI committee, along with some other key users, to really shake out like what are our use cases, how are we going to benefit from this, how are we going to use it, really test out the policy, the governance, and all that. And it's been working fantastic at this point.
I like the fact that you started with that group with an AI committee. I think that makes a lot of sense. And then now you're using it and testing it. And it's just a very prudent approach to leveraging AI. Well, Jeff, this has been a great spotlight interview. I really like your theme of empowering governance through people-centered strategy. It's a good one. You've had a lot of success, and I'm sure you'll have a lot of success in the future. Thanks for being part of our community, and we appreciate you.
Thanks for having me on, Alex. I appreciate it.